Imagine standing at airport security watching a TSA agent hold your essential medication while telling you it's not allowed on board. Your flight leaves in 30 minutes, and suddenly your carefully planned trip turns into a medical nightmare. In 2025, TSA regulations have become more complex than ever, and one simple mistake could separate you from your life-saving prescriptions or cause hours of delay. Today's video breaks down exactly what travelers need to know about flying with medications in 2025. With most Americans taking at least one prescription medication, these updated rules affect nearly everyone. Viewers will learn which medications are allowed through security, how to pack them properly, what to expect at checkpoints, and essential resources for hassle-free travel, especially for those heading internationally. The rules have changed significantly, and what worked before might now get you flagged. 1. Current TSA Rules 2025. The good news: TSA allows all FDA-approved prescription medications through security checkpoints with no quantity limits. These are completely exempt from the standard 311 liquid restrictions. Insulin, pre-filled medication pens, and prescription creams can be brought in whatever amount needed for your trip. Even ice packs or gel packs required to keep medications temperature-controlled are permitted. For over-the-counter medications, the rules are slightly different but still accommodating. You can pack unlimited amounts of OTC pills like Tylenol or Advil. Many liquid medications aren't subject to usual restrictions, including saline solution, cough syrups, and medically necessary creams or gels like hydrocortisone, antibiotic ointments, and pain relief gels. Medical devices like insulin pumps and CPAP machines are permitted, and syringes are allowed when accompanied by injectable medication. However, one major exception exists that's getting travelers into serious trouble. Medical marijuana and CBD products containing more than 0.3% THC remain federally prohibited for air travel. This restriction applies to both domestic and international flights departing from or arriving in the United States, regardless of local laws or valid prescriptions. These items cannot be packed in either carry-on or checked luggage. Second, preparation strategies. Proper preparation prevents problems at security. While pills technically don't need to be in original prescription bottles, it's strongly recommended to keep controlled substances like Adderall, Ambien, or pain medications in their original labeled containers, as different states have varying laws about prescription labeling. For all medications, consider these best practices. Pack enough for your entire trip plus 5 to 7 extra days in case of delays. Speak with your doctor about early refills well before travel. Bring a doctor's note and copies of prescriptions, especially for controlled substances. Ensure the name on prescriptions matches your travel ID exactly. Create and carry both physical and digital medication lists, including brand and generic names, dosages, frequency, storage requirements, and contact information for your prescribing doctor and pharmacy. For liquid medications, always keep them in original labeled containers to help TSA officers quickly identify them as medically necessary liquids exempt from restrictions. If using gel packs for temperature control, ensure they're completely frozen before leaving home to avoid confusion with other restricted liquids. Third, security checkpoint tips. Plan to arrive at the airport earlier than usual when traveling with medications or medical devices. Security processes vary significantly between airports and even at different times at the same location. Your experience often depends on the individual TSA officer, and there may be limited or inexperienced agents who aren't fully versed in medication exemptions. As you approach security, proactively inform an agent about any medical liquids or devices you're carrying. Remove both your medical kit and 311 liquids bag, placing them in separate bins for screening. Skipping this step often triggers alarms as your luggage passes through scanners, resulting in time-consuming full bag checks. Inform agents about internal medical devices like pacemakers, incompatible with metal detectors, or external devices like insulin pumps that might trigger alarms. While you generally don't need to remove medical devices from your body, be prepared for additional screening or a quick pat-down. If a TSA officer questions or threatens to confiscate your medication, politely ask to speak with a supervisor and present your documentation. Remember, you have the right to travel with legal prescription medications, and supervisors are trained to handle these situations professionally. 4. Helpful resources. The TSA offers several valuable resources specifically for travelers with medications that surprisingly few people know about. The My TSA app provides instant information about what's allowed through security via the Can I Bring feature. Unlike most government applications, it's surprisingly user-friendly. No account creation required. Save frequently searched items to quickly reference during screening if questioned. Another valuable tool is Ask TSA, providing direct access to TSA representatives through social media or phone. Representatives typically respond within minutes during business hours, making this especially helpful for unusual medications or unique medical devices not clearly covered in general guidelines. The TSA website offers a free downloadable medical card where travelers can list medications and conditions, helping communicate needs without verbal explanations at checkpoints. Perhaps most valuable is TSA Cares, a dedicated helpline for travelers with medical conditions. Contact them at least 72 hours before your flight, and they can arrange for a passenger support specialist to personally guide you through security. Importantly, you don't need a diagnosed condition to use this service. Even being a nervous traveler is sufficient reason to request assistance. 5th, international travel considerations. International medication rules vary dramatically between countries, creating potential problems even if TSA allows your medications through U.S. security. Common U.S. medications can be illegal abroad. Pseudoephedrine, in many cold medicines, is banned in Japan and Mexico. ADHD medications like Adderall are prohibited in many Middle Eastern and Asian countries, and sleep aids like Ambien face strict controls in Singapore. Even medications in your possession during a connecting flight could cause serious legal issues. Before traveling internationally, research medication regulations for both your destination and any countries where you'll have layovers. The International Narcotics Control Board and embassy websites provide country-specific information. Carry a detailed doctor's letter explaining your medical need for each medication, including both brand and generic names. Have digital copies of all documentation accessible offline, and consider getting prescriptions translated into local languages. Immediate internet access is essential when traveling internationally with medications. You might need to quickly access documentation, translate medication names, or contact your doctor if issues arise at foreign checkpoints. Consider setting up an eSIM before departure to ensure connectivity the moment your plane lands, rather than relying on unreliable airport Wi-Fi or local SIM cards that can't be purchased until after clearing customs. Have you ever had a medication mishap at airport security? We want to hear your story. Share your experience in the comments below, whether it was a smooth process or a nerve-wracking ordeal. Your story could help fellow travelers avoid the same pitfalls. If you found this information valuable, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay updated on the latest travel rules and hacks. We're constantly monitoring TSA regulation changes to keep you informed. And let us know in the comments, where are you traveling next and what medications will you be bringing? We might feature your destination in an upcoming video about country-specific medication regulations. Safe travels, and remember, when it comes to flying with medications, preparation is your best protection.